YouTube's how you doing? You better be doing good. You know why? We're completing this fourth scenario, the Blackguard scenario, in this video, which includes taking out 6 docks that remain, some in the rubble of Yusuf's old base, and we're continually getting persistent fire from these elite skirmishers, which pisses me off. And in this video, I want to highlight my gripings with this fourth scenario. If you look at it from a fourth scenario standpoint throughout the history of Age of Empires games, Age of Empires 2 and Conquerors expansion, they tend to focus on conquest and destruction. This, it's simply taking out Yusuf, who's useless, yes, and after that, coming down here and just building a dock and taking out 6 docks. It's too straightforward, it's too simple. It doesn't allow for full-out warfare. You can just sit back in this comfortable base with a good amount of resources and not have to do anything. If you look at let's see, what other fourth scenarios are there? Barbarian Betrothal, very conquest oriented. You have to take out 3 societies essentially. And okay, we'll look at the Rising. That has to do with, that's a little bit on the weaker end, but it is a Joan of Arc campaign. But you have to take down 3 town centers, and town centers are considered the hub of a society, civilization. We'll also look at the into Persia, I believe. I'm not sure. You're facing Khwarezm and what's it? And I forgot the other enemy. You're facing those 2. Subotai's in it. That's very conquest oriented. So that is the problems. Those are the problems that I have with this scenario. It's a little bit cheap, and this whole El Cid campaign gets like that at times. I was playing the Reconquista the other day. I took out, I mean, you can take out the Blackguard army and navy, 2/3 of your enemies, within 15 minutes of the scenario starting. That's just weak sauce. This is a final scenario. Don't pull the weak sauce on me. Alright, so this guy's gonna be an annoying son of a mother. So we're just gonna put our bombard cannons over here and put them on aggressive stance. So we got 4 more docks to take care of, and with these guys, where are my idle villagers? Okay, with these guys, you wanna use this gold. Don't set a rally point directly across. You see, there's a guard tower there. Unless you take it out, you will be killed. Get the castle up right here at this little inlet area, and I'm not sure where exactly this is on the map. And if you look at the Blackguard Navy's base in its entirety, that's a humongous base. And I'm just kind of curious. I mean, I feel like you would know that this area, that city, the Blackguard Navy, considering how large it is. I'm not sure what city this is. It's probably somewhere in Spain, though, obviously. And so the next scenario, the King of Valencia, is going to be some madness. It's probably only going to be 2 parts, though, because it only takes about 39 minutes to complete. And hopefully I'll be quick on that and play well, because I know some of you guys have been anticipating that one, and that is much more difficult than the Reconquista, to be honest with you. If you play the Reconquista aggressively, it's a joke, utter joke. Alright, so very beautiful. And okay, so I have a dock, I believe, over here. Yes. You want to get elite cannon galleon. We don't have enough gold for that, though. So, no pun intended. So I am going to continue to sell some of the unneeded resources that I have. I will need wood, but it's kind of more important to have massive amounts of, or more amounts of gold. Okay, that's interesting. Alright, so what is this? Beautiful. So that's up now. Alright, so at this point you want to put down a dock, and I'm hearing some gunpowder units. You want to put down a dock behind the castle. Putting a dock down behind the castle will obviously protect it, and once you run out of units to garrison in your dock, you can just have them hide behind the castle and you'll be set. So it's 500 gold, my bad. I'll sell some food now. Beautiful. And now we can get the elite cannon galleon. So we're going to rely on these guys to help us out. And once these guys are done with the stone, we'll put them over to the gold, and we'll get a good influx of gold going. So the dock is almost ready, and we're going to be making fire ships, heavy demo ships, and cannon galleons. So once we get the opportunity to do so, we will make those units, and we have about 15 minutes to do all this. So it could get a little close, but I have confidence in ourselves. and this guy you want to send over here. So, alright, actually, no, excuse me, you want to build a second dock. You can just build that dock right next to it. I'm actually going to build a little bit closer because I'm confident this castle, this behemoth's going to take him out. Send in transport ships, oh no. Oh no, transport ships. And they have a little bit of a navy left still, but they're only war galleys. If you're considered the Blackguard Navy, this beastly name, who I'm thinking of trebuchets from Chrono Storm, okay, or not trebuchets, apocalypse tanks from Chrono Storm and rather to the elite Blackguard. That's pretty terrible if you don't even have galleons, to be honest with you. All right, so her work's done. You can send her over there. And what you want to do is you want to make your first raid consist of heavy demo ships. That will allow you to sneak pretty far into their lines, and then you want to make the fire ships. We'll get to the elite cannon galleons, but that's kind of a secondary importance to start out with. And their ships will just go down right away. Wouldn't even have heated shot. All right, let's not take priority. And there's no more fish in the sea, so it's kind of a joke for them to have fishing ships. Total waste of their population. Blackguard Navy, not very intelligent, and not very intelligent in Reconquista operation. Obviously, the next operation, the next scenario, we're facing off with Berenger. We're not really facing off with anybody. We're just getting two of our allies, Loreda and Denya, to curb stomped. Okay, and you want to garrison these guys while Valencia builds a wonder. I don't even build a wonder. Okay, so they're done. They get that gold deposit, and that should be pretty much it for all the gold deposits. The Blackguard Navy has a little small island over here, or army, and they get all their accessible resources in a matter of minutes, it seems like. They have tons of resources and tons of villagers, but they have no use for them anymore, so that's why they're dwindling down here at the quadruple six. That's not good. I don't like that number. Okay. Alright, so build 3 more fire ships, and your heavy demo ships will be able to take out maybe both of these docks, and we can use the elite cannon galleons and their power, their brute force right away to take out the final 2 docks, and keep bringing them. I love it. Keep bringing the demo ships close to them. There we go. There we go. Boom. For a good cause. For a good cause. Not. You got a bunch of driftwood in the oceans that are great white sharks you're going to be eating. You know what I watched yesterday? One of the worst movies I have ever seen in my life. It might be the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. Jaws 3. Awful. It was absolutely terrible. There's not a word I could use that would fully describe its awfulness. Okay? I hope you realize that. It was utterly just pathetic. I could have made a better movie, it seemed like. Okay, so it had Dennis Quaid in it starring. Graphics, I felt like they were made like it might have been the 20 Leagues Under the Sea. That's what it acted like. Okay? It just, everything was terrible, and it was trying to rip off Jaws 1 by having the main characters be the sons of Martin Brody, the main character in Jaws 1. It wasn't happening for me. I'm just saying. I had no connection to any of the characters. The graphics, you would not believe how bad it was. Okay, and there was utter killing everywhere. People were being idiots and continuing to go into the shark tank at SeaWorld where the shark was, and they were not closing off the waters with all the sharks, with the shark in it, and people were just getting unnecessarily killed over and over, and all this gruesome imagery. And at the same time, if it's like really computer generated and it's gruesome, it looks even worse. So it was just terrible all around. If you want to waste,
halfway through the Blackguard Navy's docks and halfway to stopping the advance of Yusuf's invasion.
Thank you. Nice. If you want to waste 98 minutes of your life, go ahead and watch that movie. It's pretty awful. Alright, so these fire ships are coming. And now we can get some cannon galleons up as well. Elite cannon galleons. And see, about 6 heavy demo ships does it in for 1 dock, which is a lot. Kind of petard-like, but it's all we got. Because these cannon galleons take a while to make. And I want to jump off on a good note. So we got half these, but seriously, I don't know. Bringing up that sharp brought up that movie. Jaws 1 is my favorite movie of all time, actually. So it's kind of disappointing and disheartening for a Jaws movie to be that awful. And I heard Jaws 4 is even worse sometimes, and some people made that argument, and that just blows my mind, considering how awful Jaws 3 was. Terrible. Just puking. Like, I couldn't fall asleep because it was so bad. I was so mad at it, and I was so disturbed by it. There was just scenes where the shark would be eating people, and it would be the sloshing, like in their mouth. I'm like, I don't need to see this. Anyways, and then so I went on YouTube and watched the final scene in Jaws, and I'm gonna link that on this description. If you've never seen it, go out and check it. Final scene in Jaws. I don't want to ruin it for you though, I guess, if you've never seen it, because it's kind of the best ending ever made in a movie. I would just have to say. So that fire ship's getting chased by a heavy demo ship. Dun it, dun it, dun it. Boom. Okay, screw that. And now we're going to ungarrison all these guys and wait for these heavy demo ships. Beautiful. And we're going to send these guys. Heavy demo ships aren't that great, actually. I'm just using them. There's a quick bang, and it'll leave it with only 2 more docks to take out, which will be a couple shots on each dock, and that'll be it. So I'm going to wait for this elite cannon galleon. And enough of that cinematics talk and Jaws talk. And the reason I made all these Mamluks and not these upgrades at the barracks and the stable and whatnot is because that wastes a lot of gold, and you need the gold to be used directly for units, not upgrades, in this scenario, because of the scarcity of the gold. So that's just a good strategy to live by. And when you're bringing your cannon galleons down here, make sure you're hugging this edge of the screen, because that'll keep you away from both towers and Blackguard Navy units. Boom goes the dynamite. The dynamite go boom. Alright, so keep bringing them down. Alfred Nobel, thank you very much. I don't really know what they use inside the heavy demo ships or the saboteurs. Keep them away. Show me the tank. Show me the tank. Alright, just had to bring that up real quick. So keep coming, and you're going to come through this little ravine. It's pretty heavily defended, especially... What is this? Alright, War Galley, get a life, okay? Go with your friends, you unsociable War Galley. Okay, so now these guys are almost ready. Pumping them down here. Keep pumping them down here. And keep your fire ships in the lead. Alright, so corral all these guys and keep them in this formation. You want your elite cannon galleons to be in range of these guys. Knock out these guard towers really quickly. That'll allow you to safely maneuver into this little valley of death and destruction between the Blackguard Navy and Army. And get your fire ships out in front. And son of a mother. Son of a mother. That's not what I want at all. Alright, so this guy should go down after all of them, unleash their... Boom. Okay. Alright, so... You know what I was pondering the other day when I was mowing the lawn? I'm like, why aren't bombard cannons required to have you expend stone? I mean, what are they using? They're using gold in these in these balls of cannon. Like, seriously, isn't this a stone thing with gunpowder and whatever? I don't understand why there's no stone required to use these guys, which I thought was pretty, would make sense. Just have a 15 stone deposit when you're making a bombard cannon or a cannon galleon or something like that. But whatever. And maybe like a 5 when you're getting a hand cannoneer. I think that would be interesting, because that would be the only unit that needs stone. So that is it. You're done.
I see. Without their transports, Yusuf will have to call off his invasion.
Thank you, Alfonso. I can't stand you. And that is it for this part. I'm not going to show you the cutscene. I'm just going to cut it here. Thanks for watching the Blackguard scenario. See you guys in the King of Valencia.
Alfonso needed only
Maybe I'll show you this.
that Spain was in jeopardy, and
but I'll see you guys later. I won't give an ending closure. I'll just see you guys later.
Aid, the Berbers were crushed, and their leader Yusuf was forced to flee back to Africa. The Cid bowed to Alfonso, ready to return to his rightful place as the king's champion. But King Alfonso was angered that the Cid had not arrived sooner, and ordered him to return to his exile. This time, he seized the Cid's wife and children. Many long years did I rot in the dungeons of Castile.